Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nancy and today I have a little bit of a rant video. Just something I wanted to voice my opinion about. And for those of you who are new to my channel or are unfamiliar with my channel, I am just a carrot who happens to have a YouTube channel. That's irrelevant, besides the point. But I saw something on Twitter today and this has been brought up before, and I don't know, I feel like it's just something that I think I wanted to talk about, just because I am a little bit, not livid, I'm a little bit irritated right now, that's all. So let me just grab my phone. I just have some coffee right now, and I know I normally don't drink coffee, but I need it. So as you guys may or may not know, right now 17 is preparing for a comeback. This kind of pertains mainly to 17, but I will touch upon some stuff about idols in general. So if you guys don't care about 17 or don't want to listen, then that's fine. But if you just want to hear me ramble, then keep listening. But anyway, so as you guys know, they are preparing for a comeback. So a lot of the times idols, when they are preparing for a comeback, they will release teasers for their new album, obviously. So I know a few friends of mine on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, this is my K-pop Twitter handle. I have my regular K-pop, not my regular Twitter handle linked on my channel, but this is my K-pop Twitter one. But yeah, a few of my friends are voicing their opinions about the design of the new albums and the teasers and stuff like that. And having an opinion is great. I think having an opinion that is positive, negative, or whatever is great. I think so. Anyways, so they voiced their opinion saying that they did not personally like these teasers and the album design. You think that'll just be the end of it. Unfortunately, no. A lot of people got up in arms and were angry that they had anything negative to say about the album design. How dare you say that you don't like the album design? What if the boys had anything to do with the concept and the design? A lot of fans, in my opinion, especially the young ones, seem to, not saying this is the age thing, but a lot of fans seem to think that you should be loving everything your idol puts out and you should have nothing bad to say. But I think that's kind of impossible, or unrealistic at least. And I'm trying to just put it in a perspective of someone who's been listening to K-pop and has been a fan of K-pop for a long time. You guys have to realize, like, I've seen a lot of stuff already. Like, this is not new to me. I've not been a fan for like a few years or whatever. I've been a fan for like a long time. I would say at least almost 15 years now. Has it been 15 years? 13 years? I don't remember, but a long time. So I've seen my fair share of like different types of fans and the stages a lot of fans go through. So I'm gonna go through like a specific example of like this comeback and the teasers and stuff. So on Twitter and like Instagram and stuff, they release photos of like the teasers, which is great obviously, but if I can put some pictures up, if you see on Twitter the photos they uploaded of the teasers, a lot of the design or like graphic design, it's like it's nice, it's minimalistic, and the concept is supposed to be minimalistic. That's great, but what I have a gripe with is like the graphic designer did not take time to even properly edit out the photos, because if you take a look, there are a lot of like little white lines on the corners of the photos and it doesn't look professional whatsoever, and a lot of people notice that, and not just me. So I'm just like, okay, you think a company with this amount of budget, or at least we think they have this amount of budget, would take their time and effort with their graphic designers and actually put out something that is professional and clean looking. They don't even put the time to do that. So obviously some of us have some complaints about that, and even if we did not complain about that or have an opinion about it, there are also, it is also valid to have an opinion about the design itself. And that's what's so great about having having like free speech and opinions. You're allowed to voice them. So personally, for every album and comeback, you're allowed to not like it or love it. It honestly, or you can be lukewarm. Like, why does it have to be that you have to like every single thing that your favorite group puts out? It doesn't make sense. So for example, if I were to look back when I first got into K-pop, my first group that I loved was TBSK, Domanshinki, or TVXQ. And I would imagine being the 13-year-old self or 12-year-old self that I was, I would be like, oh my god, how dare you say anything negative about my favorite group, even if it's just a positive, I mean not positive, a critique or a constructive criticism. They could improve. That's the whole point of like these idols. It's like they don't debut being like a perfect group. They have like steps to continue to become a better group, because that doesn't make sense. Humans are on a spectrum, and humans are always like working towards improvement and improving themselves and beating their old records and beating themselves. That's just how it is. So I kind of get where like lot of these new fans or these young fans might be like defensive whenever they see like negative opinions, not even directed towards the members themselves or the group themselves, but just like the aspect of like one little aspect of like a teaser or like an album design. It's not like the members themselves designed these, and even if they did, it's okay to let them know that you're not 100% happy with it, because you, at the end of the day, us fans are consumers. And I hate putting it like this, but it is true. Us fans are basically the piggy banks. I hate saying this. The piggy banks or the wallets. Basically, we give our idols paychecks, and that is like almost like a harsh way to put it, and it sounds very terrible, because I know that we develop a bond with our idols. We like to think that like we are more than just like a consumer and like company relationship. Does that make sense? Like we like to believe that our idols are giving us love and we reciprocate that love. But if you think about it, in the end, they are producing an item or something for you that you consume, and we give them money for it. Whether that be you streaming their music or watching their music videos, or you buying their albums or attending their concerts, etc, etc, we are still consumers. And so as a consumer, if you know anything about business, a lot of the times companies want to hear our opinions. I don't think there's a single company out there. Actually, there are probably some companies out there who don't like to hear opinions and improve their products, but a lot of the companies out there do like to hear feedback and want to improve their product. And in the K-pop sense, it means improving their idols groups and improving their albums or the music that they produce, okay? And it seems very harsh to say that. It seems like almost like, how do you say, like factory-like, but that's just how K-pop kind of is. It's kind of like a well-produced, like manufactured kind of product, and it is sold to the masses, okay? That's just how it is. And it sounds so bad, I keep saying that, but I don't know. I still love K-pop. I love how it is a little bit more manufactured and refined. It's just how it is. But yeah, I just think sometimes a lot of people don't want to hear like anything negative to do with their group, but we always mean well. So when I say, for example, this is an example of a long time ago when I unboxed Teenage albums, like Teenage, this album, do you remember this one? I said I did not like the fonts. That's it. Like the fonts on these albums are ugly, and I still think that to this day. They are ugly. They did not put any effort to make it look aesthetically pleasing, or at least the person who designed it. Maybe they ran by the whole, like the CEO, and they ran by the members, and they were like, well, it's passable, and well, we don't know how to do it, so we'll just leave it up to the graphic designers, right? I personally think it's ugly, and a lot of people were like, how dare you say that? How dare you say like this album font is so ugly? Like, I think I like it. Well, if you like it, that's great. I personally don't, and I'm allowed to have that opinion. I bought these albums with my own hard-earned money, and I'm allowed to have an opinion. I have no ill will towards like the group. Obviously, I love them, but it doesn't mean I can't have an opinion. Anyway, so they were like, how dare you? How dare you say that? Like, what if the boys had anything to do with the design? here's the thing, even if they had something to do with the design, I'm pretty sure they would like to hear feedback, regardless positive or negative, because if you like it, that's great. They'll know what kind of people like it. If they don't, then they'll be like, oh, maybe next time we won't choose that font, maybe. And here's the thing with the designs of the albums. With the album designs, every comeback is so different, right? So for example, I'm just looking at my shelf over there because it has all the albums that I have of 17. And for example, I did not like the packaging of the very first album, their debut album. Obviously it was weird packaging and it was very flimsy. I'm allowed to have that opinion. I really liked Boys B, and then All One I really liked. I didn't like Going 17 as much. I mean, I thought the pictures inside were great, but I just didn't like the design of the package. It is just that. It's not that deep, and it doesn't mean that I hate 17 or whatever. Obviously I love them enough that I still buy their stuff, clearly, if you guys have seen any videos on my channel. So anyways, I don't think Pledis has put much effort in their album designs, and that's just my opinion. You guys can disagree, obviously, but I'm pretty sure if you look towards any K-pop group, if you look at their album designs, you're not gonna like every single one of them. And that's just the truth, because maybe they switch graphic designers with every comeback, or they just decide they want to go one way or another. With an Ode, which is this comeback that is coming up, they decided to go for a minimalistic approach, which I think is great. I love minimalistic approach. I love the simple, clean designs. Someone explained on Twitter, if I could find that tweet, I will put it here, explaining that these albums are supposed to look like envelopes or parcels, which is great because it's almost like an inspiration from like a poet era. So like a poet, like a romanticization kind of like era. But it's great. I love that concept. I truly like that, because it's like it fits so well with the Dead Poet Society and their new concept, okay? But the way they execute it is just not my cup of tea. And that's okay to have a different opinion. I just keep saying that just because, like, I don't know how else to put it. I feel like I've been saying the same thing over and over again, which is like the point of a rant, I guess. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, I just get frustrated when people get angry for the fact that other people do have any opinion that is not positive. You're allowed to have any opinion that is constructive or negative, but it doesn't mean that you have ill will towards the group. Sometimes, a lot of the times when people do have any criticisms, it's towards the company who runs these groups, okay? So a lot of the times we have a problem with the stylist. Like, why would the hairstylist give X member a certain haircut or style this member in like this? For example, like, this is an extreme example, when someone is put in dreadlocks or something, usually it's not the member's decision to do it. Usually it's the stylist or the company's approach to this certain theme or look or concept. Usually, I say that because there has been instances of where idols say they personally want that look. But anyways, but you know what I mean. Usually we're complaining to the company themselves, not directly at the members. So do not take it as like a personal attack on the members, because most of the times we love the members and we want what's best for them, truly. We wouldn't say anything negative just to get, like, how do you say it, just to get like a negative reaction or like a reaction from other people. Technically we want reaction from the company, and sometimes it's like people and sometimes on Twitter we just want to rant. And if you see something that you personally don't agree with, you can look at it, you can form your own opinion, but you don't have to personally attack the person who's saying it. You can just either mute that person, or you can just go along with your day. If it personally does irritate you, maybe just respond nicely, okay? Just don't close the conversation though. I feel like sometimes a lot of people, if they don't see something they like, they'll block that person and they will like just continue like dwelling in their own, how do you say it, like having their own echo chamber of like what they think, and they don't like to receive other people's opinions, and they'll always have the same continuous opinion for the rest of their life. It doesn't really open yourself to like new experiences, and like honestly your worldview will be more closed off. It kind of relates to, how do you say it, like the real life. In real life, you're not gonna agree with everyone on everything, and I'm not talking about K-pop, okay? I'm talking about like real life in general. Someone's not gonna agree with you politically or like ethically or whatever, but someone, it's okay to, how do you say it, like hear someone out and see why they're coming from that position. It never hurts to learn, because you can always, how do you say it, you can always just assume someone is just thinking that way because they're just evil or whatever, but sometimes if you just like listen to the person, you can see where their opinion is coming from or why they believe certain things. So yeah, this rant has been way too long, and it probably has gone into big circles. If I missed anything that I wanted to say, I will definitely insert it in this video. So this is a kind of a different video. I usually don't do rants on my channel, but I just wanted to voice my opinion because I am tired of like, how do you say it? I'm tired of getting like negative backlash for having a negative opinion, or like a somewhat negative opinion. It's not even that bad. I just said I don't like this font, or I just don't like this editing from this designer, and yeah, I know that a lot of the times we say, but it's the effort that counts. It is the effort that counts, but also execution is very important, especially as someone who's putting their hard-earned money into a product, or into buying a product. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I think I just need to calm down again. I'm not even that angry, to be honest. I don't want to raise my voice or whatever, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a good day. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay as well. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.